Hello friends, my name is Physio and welcome to YouTube channel HealthQ, the place where our mission is not only to motivate you but help you to move on to the right side of the health. People who suffer from facial paralysis usually go through this typical imbalance of dominance. What is that dominance? I've explained that in previous video, but just to summarize it again, our face controls the facial expression or else the movements based on the two command centers that come from different areas of the brain. One is your limbic system or else your emotional center, and the other one is your new brain or else logical brain center, right? Now, whenever we are trying to make an expression, brain tries to gauge from which area this expression is coming. Whatever is the dominant will come on the face. Unfortunately, after Bell's palsy, the dominance of your new brain centers, which are learning different things, which are basically focusing on logical thinking, they take over from the emotional center, due to which there is a mismatch and patients find it difficult to showcase their expression. As the condition gets chronic, it becomes more and more difficult. And one of the best way to address this is with the help of imagination exercise. There are a lot of evidences which suggest that imagination practices helps in neuronal development. It helps in retraining the brain, not only in facial paralysis, but in other conditions as well. These principles are mentioned in all the concepts and literature of neuroplasticity. So how does one go about this imagination exercise? These are tough to do, and you might need a lot of time to develop those skill set, but they are like muscles. If you can achieve that, you can help your facial paralysis tremendously. So today what I'm going to do is I'm going to share with you how to do imagination exercises in different stages of Bell's palsy. It might not be the exact step-by-step process for everyone to follow, and that's why I would recommend that seek a specialist help before starting any of this exercise. But what I'm trying to do through this video is to educate you what does this look like. So let's get started. So let's consider you are in the early stage of facial paralysis, let's say between 1 day to 3 months end, right? So that is the 90-day time frame, which is considered as the early phase or acute phase of Bell's palsy. Here your face would be mostly paralyzed and you will observe that gradually the movements are coming. Now, this is the phase where the chances of recovery are maximum, right? But at the same time, your chances of developing synkinesis is also maximum. So the idea here is to prevent synkinesis as much as possible, and imagination exercises are best way to do that. So there are 3 ways with which you can do imagination exercises here. Number 1, simply close your eyes, but make sure not to forcefully close your eyes like this, but with the support of your hand. And first thing that you will do is try to visualize your own face, and now try to imagine that you are raising your eyebrows. You are not actually doing it, but you are visualizing as in virtual reality and observing that how you are raising the eyebrows. If you find to do or is to visualize your face difficult, then you can observe somebody else's face, right? So you can imagine my face or somebody else's face, right? And they are doing the facial movements for you. The facial movements that you have to imagine are: number 1, eyebrow raise; number 2, blinks; number 3, smile; number 4, pucker; number 5, sad face; and number 6, showing your teeth. Okay, you are not actually doing it, you are just imagining them. The next way of doing imagination exercise at this stage is through expressions. Yes, all you need to do is again close your eyes. Try to recall your face. Again, if you find it difficult to recall your own face, you can use somebody else's face to imagine. Okay, now here what you have to do is you have to first observe your neutral face. You don't need to do anything, just imagine somebody's face which is neutral, no movement, no expression happening. Spend some time of around 5 minutes or so and then relax. Then gradually move on to surprise expression. Try to visualize surprise face. Spend 5 minutes of time in that. Then gradually move on to visualizing blinks. Imagine how somebody will be blinking. Now try to imagining sniffing or its disgusting face. Try to visualize that. After spending 5 minutes, try to visualize pucker. Then try to visualize your smile. Now try to visualize your laughter. And lastly, try to visualize your sad face. So this was the practice that you have to do in the early phase of Bell's palsy. If you are in a middle phase of Bell's palsy where you can say some movements have come back but some movements have not come back, in that scenario you have to continue doing your imagination practice of expressions. But when it comes to movements, you can just focus on the movements which have not come completely. Again, remember that while doing the imagination practicing, you are just imagining, you are not actually doing the movement. And when it comes to synkinesis phase, you might find visualizing these movements itself very difficult. So there you have to start little bit beyond just immediately doing it. All you need to start off with just practicing watching your photographs, your older pictures, because that memory itself has somewhere faded away. So all you need to do is just visualize or just first observe or see your older picture, then just try to close your eyes and just try to recall those expressions, those facial features, and then move on to further phases. Synkinesis, these things can go a little more trickier, and that's why you need further more professional help. I hope through this video you got an understanding of what are visualization exercises and how are they practiced. In upcoming videos, I'll try to give you more examples and more explanations on that. So make sure to stay tuned with HealthQ Rehab. On that note, I'll end this video here and I'll see you in another video. Thank you.